bottom right of the map, we have the player from GSL. He lost his first game in today's up and downs. It is
GSL Polt.
I really like those GSL things. They look awesome.
The jackets?
Yeah, the jackets. His opponent at the top left is
Liquid Zenio.
Zerg player in the blue colors from Team Liquid.
I really like the TSL jackets as well. In fact, I own one. I actually have one in my closet.
I am so jealous right now. I am so jealous.
Given to me by Coach Lee himself. Awesome coach and a really nice guy. Well, remember guys to look at the premium tickets, purchase one that suits you. And also to do the winner prediction, look at that Polt with 40% of the votes. Not surprising considering his results. And, you know, Zenio's not a bad player. Zenio's been around a long time, in fact. He's been in several seasons of GSL. He's very famous for his backhand against Idra, beating him in a ZVZ. Pretty cool player.
Going for the 15 hatch right now.
Yeah.
And out of the ordinary.
Polt, out of the ordinary, going for the 15 command center. That is, you know, it's a little bit risky to do that on this map, but considering that most Zergs do hatch first on this map, it's a calculated choice. Polt is like that strategy guy. He's actually a strategic genius. If you ever listen to him talk about his strategies, he speaks really good English as well. He actually really knows what he's talking about.
I just remember that he was translating for Joya the other day because Joya's a really nice guy, but his English is horrible.
That's very true.
He was just so frustrated, and every now and then he would just turn around to Polt and just 1,000 words in Korean would suddenly be spoken, and he would really angry, like, oh my god, translate Korean, English, so bad. So funny on Polt. Yeah, you're right, his English is really good. Walling off, by the way, now. Just trying to make sure that if there's an early game attack, that he can just lift his command center and still defend.
Yeah, very smart to wall off in such a fashion by Polt. Actually starting a second barracks as well.
I really like the positioning of that supply depot in the back so that he can spot the overload when it tries to get into the main base. On the second barracks, he's playing without gas right now and just trying to make sure that he has enough units if Zenio should decide on attacking him early on. Zenio with the double queens now, getting gas.
Yeah, and Polt sees everything that's going on. He says, oh, as I expected, you did go hatch first. It plays right into my plans. He also knows that the drones were pulled away from the gas. He left one inside, but that drone was sent to follow the SCV and has since not been replaced, so no gas mining right now for Zenio.
Kind of important as well is that Zenio did not send a drone scout out to his opponent, so he has... Did he see that? He saw the command center, but he didn't go for the drone scout. He knows that. Usually on Belcher Beach, the Terran player will immediately wall off and it will be very hard to get into his main base. So therefore, there's no use of sending out a drone. You'd rather keep it in your main base in order to get those extra minerals.
Yeah, the only advantage you could possibly get from drone scouting in this situation would be to delay the command center by attacking the SCV with your drone, but that's about all you would have been able to do.
And you would have to know about the CC first, so that's quite a gamble.
Yeah.
Zenio transferring over a couple of drones. And Polt not going for the double gas, adding 2 additional barracks, which will put him on 4.
I like this 4 barracks follow-up. It's pretty smart to follow up with 4 barracks because not only is it safe, but it allows you to put pressure on your opponent in so many different ways. You can really do an all-in with it if you want to. You can just put a little bit of pressure on, force a lot of Zerglings to go home without a lot of losses. It's a very safe, strong follow-up. You know, you can tech up after this as well, but with the 4 barracks, it gives you a lot more power, I feel.
Zenio knows that due to the play of his opponent with the barracks and not going for the early Hellions, he has the option of spreading his creep right now. That's usually what Terran players try to do against Zerg, just building those Hellions to force the Zerg on 2 bases, prevent the third, and at the same time kill the creep tumor. So Zenio now about to spread his creep, and he's actually already going for a lot of Zerglings. He's trying to get aggressive.
Yeah, it looks like it. In fact, now mining gas again. No Baneling nest just yet. I don't think we're going to see one. We may very well, though. He's actually adding more gases right now, going up to 3 gas.
Yeah, usually I would expect him to tech, and that's what he's doing, by the way. He's going for the lair tech. But those links, that's a lot of links for the
early stage of the game. And the wall may not be complete yet. It looks like he's going to sneak into the main. Yeah, at least into the natural.
Trying to kill those Marines and break into the main base. Oh, that's actually gonna work. He's killing a lot of them, and Polt has to pull SCVs. Some of the Zerglings escape into the main base, scout everything that's happening. Didn't kill all too many units, though.
In total, 1 worker killed, and, you know, a decent amount of Marines, but the very most important thing is that he saw the 4 barracks play. It means he's going to be able to react accordingly. Really a weird build by Zenio. It was almost as if he was setting up for a Baneling bust. He had about 30 Zerglings out in the middle of the map, but then just was luckily able to run inside.
The problem for Zenio right now is that he didn't do all that much damage. He got the scouting information, he knows about the double gas, but he sacrificed 11 lava for that, and he couldn't build drones. So at the moment he's on 46 against 43 SCVs, and the 2 mules work in favor of Polt. His economy, the economy of Zenio, is now well, a little bit behind. I'm not sure if that was really worth it. I think that he thought he could deal more damage with that attack.
Yeah, it was very unusual, and it almost bargained on the fact that he would be able to get into the main, but if just 1 more depot were up for Polt, he would actually have just sent the Zerglings forward. A lot of them would have died, and he would have gotten nothing from it. So, interesting choice from Zenio.
On the other hand, Zenio has a lot of gas harvesters now, so he was just spending his whole resource that he had on Zerglings, has the gas, is getting the Spire right now, and from the looks of it, it will work out perfectly in regards to the Mutalisk that he's going to build, but Polt is moving out, and he has a lot of Marines. Not sure if the Mutalisk will be able to deal with that pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's a really nice timing by Polt. You always want to hit right as the Spire is finishing. He's actually going to go around to the right side by the looks of things and try to force a cancel on the third. No, is going to be more aggressive, scanning here, killing a bunch of tumors. Since Zenio did scout those barracks with his Zerglings, he does have 4 spine crawlers up at the top of his ramp, which is going to make this attack very difficult to succeed.
7 Mutalisks, 8, 9 are being built now, going for the +1 armor upgrade right away. I like that a lot. He still has Zerglings, so he can wait for the Mutalisk and then attack that bio army with the Zerglings and Mutalisks, and that will crush Polt's force.
Yeah, the first few mutas starting to pop out now. You may be able to force a cancel on this hatchery. It's going to be close. There are a lot of Zerglings here. Stim is done.
Yes,
targeting the hatchery. No cancel.
He didn't cancel it. Oh my god, he tries to defend, but look at that. That's some really nice micro by Polt. He's actually for... Did you see that transfuse by Zenio? Oh my god, transfusing his Mutalisk in the midst of the battle. But Polt doing a good job at focus firing the Mutalisk, and he killed like 3 of them?
Yeah, 3 or 4, man. He did a great job focus firing, and I think it's really important to do stuff like that. Most players do not do that, but Polt took his Marines and targeted down each individual muta. He's got these depots on the side of his base to spot incoming mutas, and earlier you mentioned overlords as well. So unit's a little bit spread thin right now, so even though Zenio doesn't have very many mutas, he can still do a little bit of harassment here.
I have to say, Polt plays really, really well. He dealt with it in a beautiful fashion, delayed the expansion, and Zenio is now expanding twice. He's expanding at the left side of the map and at the position at 12 o'clock as well.
Yuta's actually going to try to chase this army, maybe catch reinforcements. Interesting choice not going for the main.
With the armory being built, and that will line up perfectly with the +1/+1 attack and armor from Polt.
And this is a really nice timing by Polt. He actually is going to perhaps kill his third base again. In fact, he absolutely has canceled there. Unlike last time, he's going to catch a few drones. Nice. Wow, Polt doing a lot of damage here. But Zenio is set up for some serious aggression. The Marine's not in the bunker here.
But I think that might be too much to handle. The Zerglings are already dead and gone, and the Mutalisks have to retreat. There are already 2 medivacs.
Polt actually just playing everything right here, and Zenio, I don't want to say Zenio is playing softly, but he's out of luck with everything he's been trying.
Zenio is going straight for the +2 armor upgrade. I haven't seen that. I can't actually remember ever seeing a Zerg player going for fast +2 armor on the Mutalisks.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see that. I can't remember the last time I saw it. I've seen it before. I think maybe Moonglade did it a while ago, but it's pretty unusual.
But it's very strong as well. If you get those armor upgrades early, then you can actually engage your opponent's army with the Mutalisk. You will have to have some units at the ground as well to draw fire, but that third base for Polt is safe already. He's defending with the Marines.
He is actually just shutting everything down for Zenio. It's like he's reading Zenio's mind or something like that. But Zenio has been able to secure that left base, the 9 o'clock expansion. He's taking gases there now, but he hasn't had that extra gas income for quite some time. Notice that Zenio has no Banelings because he just cannot afford them. He needs to keep his Mutalisk count up. He doesn't even have a Baneling nest yet, as far as I know. He has just been going pure Mew. That's what he's spending all of his gas on right now. He doesn't have that surplus of gas just yet.
And he has already 19 Mutalisks and getting more of them. He's actually even supplied with the Polt. We have him on 136 supply against 137. Now the Baneley Nest is being built, while Polt is aiming for the +2/+2 attack and armor for his Marines.
Yeah, and that's going to be something that he really has an advantage on his opponent. Hold that thought. Mutas coming into the natural here, and no turrets. Turrets actually being made as the Mutas arrive. Double cancel there on the turrets. Got to be careful with his Marines. That is a lot of Mutas, and they do have +1 Carapace.
I'm actually waiting for the Thor. He must have realized by now that his opponent is going for a very strong Mutalisk army, and now the Mutalisk finally take on the Marines. +2 armor is not done just yet, and there's the Thor. Going straight for the Thor after he realized, okay, Zenio is committing so much to Mutalisks right now, I need something else. Marines won't cut it in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely not. They're not going to cut it. But he is going to have 2/2 on those Marines very soon, and Zenio has no upgrades whatsoever for his ground units. No melee attack upgrades, no Carapace upgrades, so he's going to be in a tough spot. His Zerglings are going to do very little against the ground army of Polt once that 2/2 finishes. Mutalisk coming in here again. There's a decent amount of Marines here, though. He's boarded off immediately. And Polt cleaning up a ton of this creep, may even go for the third. Decides to run away, but there's so many Zerglings.
Surrounding the Marine, reinforcements at the bottom, but most of the Marines are already gone. Zenio retreats. Polt pulling ahead now in supply. He's on 184 against 172.
Remember, those 2/2 upgrades are about to finish. Zenio with no upgrades for his ground units does have +2 Carapace for his Mutas, though. His Mutas may be able to fight Mutalisks more, or fight Marines more directly now.
But the first Thor is about to enter the game, and Marine and Thor combinations are beautiful and very dangerous for Mutalisks. We have +1/+1 being researched for Zenio right now. He's getting Baneley speed as well, attacking his opponent. Siege tanks are not sieged up just yet. And once again, Zenio retreats.
He's got to get out of there, but he has to come to the main base here. And Polt has actually neglected making turrets here. He's going to have to pull his SCVs, and in fact, still has no answer for these Mutas. They're going for the command center. His Marines from the natural stimming coming over here.
And he has 24 Mutalisks with +2 armor. And that is quite a lot. Now the infestation pit being built, and I like that. If he can delay this attack of his opponent quite a little bit, then he might be able to get those fungals. And with 86, 94 Marines right now, Polt is really in a lot of danger when there are enough infestors to fungal his army.
Very true, and you know what? Infestors don't care about attack upgrades, they don't care about armor upgrades, they do the same amount of damage no matter what.
But the 12th base has been shut down by Zenio. Nice save with the 2 medivacs, but one of them is targeted down by the Marines, by the Mutalisks, before the Thor can actually come to help him.
This is a scary spot for Zenio. He's going to commit here. Marines being microed. The Thor is actually soaking up a ton of Baneley hits.
Zenio doing really well, taking down a lot of Polt's army.
And it looks like Polt is actually going to decide to pull most of his Marines from his main. He had a lot back there to defend, but now he's actually finally going to move out with all of those 90 or so Marines, leaving just a few in the main. He's really going to start hitting hard at Zenio's production.
And attacking once again, trying to catch those Marines off guard, retreating as soon as he realizes there are tanks in the back. And Zenio is doing a really good job with those Mutalisks. They are just such a mobile unit, and he is making the best of it, attacking everywhere. The natural, the third base, the main base, and trying to flank the army of his opponent. More Thors are being built right now, and the +2 attack upgrade for the mech units is on its way as well.
Very true, and the Marines taking out some Queens on full retreat here. Whoa, nice save!
That was a nice flank by Zenio, and he is actually able to take down one of the medivacs. Polt with a very nice reaction timing as well. He's just lifting up all the Marines, trying to bring them to safety, but one of the medivac dies, and now the counter attack by Zenio.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to defend. A Thor does pop out. Time to help out, though. And Polt is knocking on the door of Zenio. Stimming just a few Marines, trying to take out these spine crawlers.
Nice transfuse. Double transfuse. Wow, those spine crawlers doing a lot of damage. Finally, one of them dies. The second one bites this as well. And the Lynx go in for the rescue.
And Polt with just such a good spread of units, though. I don't think Zenio can hold this off for much longer. He has +1 for his Thors, remember that. And he's also got 3-3 about to finish. Nice targeting on those Banelings by Polt. Picks up these units in the medivacs. Beautiful control.
I love those pickups by Polt. He's doing such a great job keeping the Marines alive. And without the fungal, there's nothing that Zenio can do
he's
in the long run.
revolutionizing this matchup right now. You guys are watching it. Hardly anyone does that as well and systematically as he does.
Oh, the Mutalisk cluster up while attacking the Marines, and the Thors from the back are using their volleys to do a significant amount of damage to the air units.
Oh man, words cannot describe how good Polt's control is in this situation. A former Warcraft 3 player, now genius strategist, taking out Zenio here is natural, will fall, and the drones actually may fall as well. He does retreat his Marines away. GG!
Wow.
Polt, man, he is the mastermind Terran. Don't mess with him. You can't kill his Marines with Banelings because he's got medevacs he can pick them up with, and even if you have mutas there, he doesn't care because he's still going to save many more of his Marines than if he had just left them there. That's something I love about Polt. He's just like, well, guess what? You've got enough mutas to kill my medevacs so I pick them up, but either way, my Marines are going to die cost inefficiently, so I might as well try. He picks them up in the medevacs, and half the time, he's saving almost all of his Marines. He might as well do it. Or at the very least, if he picks them up in the medevacs and then drops them out one by one on top of the Banelings, and he kills more Banelings that way. Great, awesome play by Polt. I'm actually really excited about this. I mean, we've seen people pick up units of medevacs before when they're trying to do a drop, they avoid the Banelings, but never have we seen it like this. During an attack, picking them up in the medevacs and pulling them back consistently every time. I'm amazed.
Yeah, it was really something. And what I especially liked about that was when he was attacked at some point from the Zerglings from the front, and from behind a couple of Banelings tried to get in, and suddenly he just picked them up. He actually saw those Banelings, and at that point of time, I thought, okay, the Banelings will just kill everything now. But he was on top of things, lifted them up with a medevac, and brought them safe. It was really well done.
Yeah, he is just awesome with his control. I mean, he's a Warcraft 3 player. He's switched into StarCraft 2. He's a really smart guy. He goes to Seoul University, for example. He's really good at strategy, and this guy, I think, you know, he's had some shaky results in the past, but I think this guy is not going anywhere. He's going to be an awesome programmer in the future. I mean, he already is, but just seeing stuff like this, seeing him pick the units up into the medevacs and pull them back, it's totally awesome. Zenio's play was good, unique as well. Getting the fast +2 carapace for his Mutalist was pretty awesome. It worked out for him in some situations because Polt actually left just a few Marines back at home, and with that Mutalist count, it got a little bit out of control. He couldn't just leave a few Marines, he had to leave more of his Marines.
Yep, and the thing that just worked well for Polt as well is that Zenio committed to the Mutalist, but he was able to shut it down, as you already mentioned. He never got that point where he could just roll over his opponent's defenses thanks to a Polt split. But we are heading into a 5-minute break, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll be back with the next games. This is the GSL Up and Downs. Don't go anywhere.